Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video I'm going to be testing out the new Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette. This is the Metamorphic 16 colour palette, and firstly this packaging is absolutely beautiful. I did get I think it was called like the Christmas bundle or something, so it came with two of the liquid eyeshadows, which are my all-time favourite formulas. I absolutely love these. I don't think I'm going to be using these today, but I will swatch them so that we can see what they look like. And it also came with a liquid liner and a mascara. Both of these I already know, I already love, they're absolutely fantastic. So the bundle worked out at like a really great deal, basically. Like, I think it was like a 40% discount if you got this bundle, and all of these things are things that I will use regularly. Obviously the eyeshadow palette is like the star of the show, so this is what the packaging looks like. All of the writing here is like embossed, it's glittery. I don't feel like this is necessarily a very autumnal palette, not that that's a bad thing at all, but like considering it's come out at this time of year, I do feel like it's quite seasonless. Like, I can see myself using this all year round. So then the inside packaging has the same like glittery finish on the writing, and then it opens up like this. Oh, it's got a plastic covering. Let me get that off and we'll be able to see a bit better. Oh, it's quite hard to show with my lights reflecting off it, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's so cool toned, which I feel like I don't have a lot of in my collection, so it's definitely going to be like in its own realm, you know? I've definitely read online somewhere, and I can't remember where, but I think some of these are like duochromes, which I don't know if Beauty Bay have ever done before. They have the most incredible mattes and shimmers, absolutely out of this world, amazing formulas. But yeah, some of these look so reflective. So I'm gonna go off and swatch all of these, and then we can do some sort of an eye look. I already have my Beauty Bay eye base on and my brows. The brows actually I got some new products for. I'd never tried the Beauty Bay eye brow products, so I got the like kit. I think I got the dark brown one. The pencil that I got is in the shade Bark, and the gel is in the shade Sable, but I feel like I'm having a fairly good brow day. Either way, I am going to go off and swatch all of these. I'm so excited. And then I'll zoom you in and we can do some sort of an eye look. So this is what all of those shades are looking like. I'm trying to like twist my hand so that you can see the reflect on all of these. So even though I know and love the Beauty Bay formula, I actually audibly gasped when I swatched some of these. That's how incredible the shift is. And like, I wasn't expecting the shift to be so drastic on some of the shades as well. For example, Prism, which looks like, I'm going to try and do this without blinding you. So this shade here, this like white one, that's Prism. And I wasn't expecting that to look like this. It's like a topper, but it's like one of those shades that if you've seen any of my videos recently, you'll know what I mean. It's almost like you could put it over the top of any look and it will like adapt to the colours that's underneath it. And it's got like purple and blue and white and really bright reflex to it, and I wasn't expecting that. Like in the pan it just looks like it'll be like a white shimmer, and then it comes out like that and I'm like, ah. So I'm gonna just go ahead and swatch the two eyeshadows as well, liquid eyeshadows rather. So we have Surreal and Slick. Let me open these up. And like I say, I don't think I'll be using these today, just because I feel like they're gonna need a video all on their own. So if you want to see me trying these out, and I already like know in my head what sort of look I want to do with these, if you want to see me trying these out, do subscribe down below. That will be coming very soon. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hello, my name's Millie. I am posting 31 new videos in October, testing out new makeup releases, creating autumnal makeup looks, and I would love it if you would subscribe. But let me swatch these. Oh my gosh, it's like molten metal. So this is the shade Slick, this is the darker one. Look at the reflect on that. I absolutely know what look I'm going to be creating with this. So then this one is Surreal. Oh, and this is equally as blinding. Imagine that, like on the inner corner, like really packed on to like a really dark smoky eye, and then that like on the inner corner. That would look incredible. But like I say, not using these today. Let me zoom you in and we can create some sort of an eye look. I feel like everything that I've seen online with this palette, I feel like it's been very blue, but I'm definitely interested in these like purpley shades. I will also say I am no good at makeup. I completely just make this up as I go along. I don't have any sort of knowledge of how to do my makeup, so I am just completely winging it. I hope that is quite okay. So I'm going to start with a fluffy brush which is stained, but it is clean, and I'm going to dip into Avatar, which is really difficult to show you this without blinding you with my lights. This like cool toned brown, which is a matte, and I'm going to work this into the crease. Wow, that is pigmented. Okay. That's really interesting. I feel like in the pan and on the swatch, it's showing up sort of brown, but on the crease, I feel like that is just showing up grey. I'm not mad at that. It's just interesting to note. So I will go in with the same brush into System. This one down at this end, which is also matte, but darker. And I will keep that a little bit further down into the crease, more on the lid. Yeah, that's blending really nicely. It's definitely building up, like more than I thought it would. Like it's getting darker just with those two shades than I maybe thought I would be able to get with those two shades. So I will, what do I want to do? What shimmer do I want to use? Most importantly. So I think for the shimmer, I want to use oil, which is, I'm not sure I like this packaging. This one here, I think I want to use this shimmer because that looks like it's got the most beautiful purple, but with almost like a blue reflect to it. Really, really pretty. So I think I'll go in with a slightly smaller brush, and I'm going to go into Parallel, and instead of showing you in the palette, I'll show you the swatch. So this one here is Parallel, so it's a darker, sort of more bluey tone, and I'm just going to take some of that and keep this on the lid on the outer corner. Obviously, like I feel like at this stage it goes without saying, but I will say it anyway. I'm going to be cleaning up and I'm going to be doing a wing. So I'm going to like pack this on, but not be too sort of neat about it because I can clean up underneath. Then I'm just going back in with a bit more of that first shade, that Avatar that I thought would be brown, and it definitely isn't. Just going in with a bit more of that to blend everything out, and then I'm going to just pack on that oil shade. I'm going to use my finger because generally speaking that's how I prefer to pack a shimmer on. That's the most incredible colour. Let me shuffle forwards. I'm just going to put this down the centre. How beautiful is that colour? Oh my goodness, I love that. That is so pretty. So I'm going to put something lighter on the very inner corner, I think. Let me just pack this on. Oh, I could just drown myself in that. I could just drown myself in oil. So I'm just blending out the top edge, but I'm not really touching what's on the lid. Like, I want that intensity to stay on the lid. I'm gonna go in with Prism, which was this one here that I said was almost like a topper, but it had the reflex in it. And I'm just gonna use my finger again. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that. See, it doesn't look like as impressive on the finger, but I feel like once I get it on this like tacky eye base, yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, so I'm almost like tapping that over the top of the oil shade as well. Those shimmers are absolutely beautiful. I really hope you can see like how much they are like changing when it catches the light. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna take a cotton pad with some micellar water on, and I'm just gonna clean up under here. I did get a little bit of fallout with that oil shade, so I'm just going to clean that up, and then when I'm happy with that, which I mean, they're even enough, aren't they? I think I'm gonna take a tiny little liner brush, and I'm going to dip into Morph, which was this one, more of a blue tone, and I'm gonna try and do a sort of smoky wing. I'm definitely gonna go in with that Beauty Bay liquid liner, but I just want a little bit of this as well. So I definitely feel like that darkest blue has added a really nice amount of dark smokiness. I'm going to still go in with a liquid liner. However, I will use the Beauty Bay liquid liner, the one that you get in the Christmas bundle. I don't really know why they called it a Christmas bundle, because it's definitely October. But either way, a great bundle if you are wanting the palette and you're also interested in the liquid liners. I think like it works out at pretty much the same price to get the bundle, and then you get the mascara and the liquid liner as well, both of which I think are fantastic products. If you wear mascara and if you wear liquid liner, well, it just makes sense really, doesn't it? I will leave all of the options linked down below, but I think I would recommend the bundle just because it's worth getting these. I think they're really great. So I will also add a little layer of the Beauty Bay High Key Mascara. I already have one open, so the one that I got in the bundle will be going into my backup drawer so that I never run out of it. Because I really do love this mascara. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake, I've got it on my nose, it does everything. So this is what the eyes look like just with the liner and the mascara. So I am going to go off and do the rest of my base, and then we can decide if I want something smoky under the eye, which I definitely do, but we'll decide together what I want to do under the eyes. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why I seem to be coming out in a heat rash, but let's pretend that that's not happening. Everything else is done. Quickly, if you want to know everything else that I'm wearing, I've got the Relove H2O primer on, the XX Revolution Skin Blur. I have this in the shade Light Neutral. I'm not certain it's the right colour for me, but that's what I'm wearing. The 17 Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. The bronzer is 2 because can I do one bronzer? Absolutely not. The Collection Contour Stick, and also the Beauty Bay powder bronzer in the shade Fawn, and then blush is Made by Mitchell Blush in the shade Peach Sugar. So that's everything else that I have on. I will also need some sort of a lip product, won't I? I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to finish up under the eyes, and I'm like, do I want to leave it fairly light, or do I want to go dark and smoky? I personally love a dark and smoky. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm taking a dense little like pencil brush, and I'm going to dip into System, that dark grey, and I'm going to stamp that along the lower lash line, and I will like join it up with that colour on the outer corner as well. And then I'm taking that smaller, fluffier brush, and I'm going to dip into Reality, which was the lighter, more lilac-y shade, and I will blend out the edges with that one. But I do want it to stay quite dark, so I might go in with that System shade to keep it really nice and dark at the lash line. Yes, I'm happy with how that looks. So I'll add a little lick of mascara onto the lower lashes, and then I'll be done. So I also just did my lip liner. I used the Essence 8 Hour Comfort Matte Lip Liner in 03 Soft Beige, and I tapped over the lips with the Beauty Bay Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Fizz. So that is me done. So what are my final thoughts on everything? Of course I can't talk about the liquid liners. I will be reviewing those very, very soon, so like I say, subscribe if you want to see that. But the palette, I of course absolutely love it. Who would have guessed? I absolutely love it. I feel like these tones are not ones that I would necessarily reach for. Like if a different brand came out with this colour story, I don't know if I would run out and buy it instantly, but I absolutely love how that's turned out. The shift, like the shimmers, are incredible. The only thing is, I feel like the colours that they actually came out on my eyes look quite different to how I would have expected them to. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just like when you're thinking about what eye look you're going to do, I feel like this is quite different to how I was expecting it to. Specifically with the mattes, like that brown definitely came off grey, the darker ones definitely came off more grey toned. I don't know, I love it, I love how it's turned out. It's definitely one that I'm going to keep on using. It's just perhaps a little bit deceptive, like the colours, how they look in the pan compared to how they actually show up. I'm definitely interested to keep on playing with it and seeing the different looks that I can create with it. I feel like I say, the bundle is definitely worth a go. I feel like with the Beauty Bay products, I know I love the liner and I know I love the mascara, so it's worth it for me. And if you haven't tried them before, I highly recommend. With the palette as well, going back to the palette, I do just wish the packaging was just like a regular eyeshadow, because this is almost quite awkward to use. Like the mirror isn't really big enough. There's mirrors on both sides that open up, and I just feel like it's not really big enough to be able to see what you're doing. Whereas if this whole thing came up like a regular eyeshadow palette, your mirror would be bigger. I get why they've done it, to be different, to try something new, to do something that they haven't done with their other palettes, to just make it different. But I feel like it's a little bit gimmicky, which they don't need to do because the actual product is fantastic. Let me know, have you tried this palette? Do you agree like the packaging is just a little bit awkward? Maybe I'm just being really, really nitpicky. If you are new here, then hello, my name is Millie. I normally post 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. However, at the minute, I am posting every single day. I'm posting a brand new video every single day in October, so there's loads of new makeup reviews, etc. coming your way this month. I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around for more of those. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, please give it a big thumbs down. Either way, it helps me out a ton. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.